We all want to be liked and respected while being our unfiltered selves, and one of the fastest ways to make people like you is to make them laugh. That's why in this video, we're going to talk about Andrew Schulz, a comedian who's popular for his ability to make people laugh even while he's making fun of them. Here's a quick example. Watch the reaction of the guy he's teasing.
You're not gonna. How old are you guys?
I'm 20. She just turned 18.
Just turned 18 yesterday. Everybody stop. Let me help you answer that question again, okay? Do not ever say just turned 18 again in your life. You're not the Brazzers title that you just gave me for her.
Schulz's popularity is most impressive because he isn't a people pleaser. He leans heavily into jokes that most people wouldn't consider PC, yet his videos are well received even in today's era of cancel culture. Today we'll go through 5 tactics that will let you joke around unfiltered. The goal isn't to make all of your jokes roasts, it's to give you the mental freedom to share whatever funny thoughts come to mind, knowing people will laugh instead of being upset. Also, quick warning for this video, we're talking about a comedian whose jokes are potentially offensive. But if you stick through to the end, you'll see there's a lot to be learned from him. Now, if you want to joke about people, you have to establish it's all in good fun. One easy way to do that is to start by joking about people you obviously like. For instance, here Schulz is roasting 2 of his friends for their stances on masks.
As you can see, Brendan is very anti-mask, which is shocking to me because if he gets the Chinese flu, this will be the second big country to knock him out. Now on the other side, my buddy Neil Brennan, who looks like an injured bird, is adamant about wearing a mask. And I get that too. Let's be honest. If Neil gets it, he's gonna die. Look at him. He's got the immune system of the Dallas Buyers Club.
Now if Schulz makes a joke about you or one of your beliefs, you know he doesn't have ill intent. He's established that he teases his friends. The risk here is, how do you make sure your friends also know it's all in good fun? The easiest way is to tease yourself. For example, here's Schulz talking about how any profiteering off the George Floyd riots is a form of looting. Notice how he insults himself.
Also, if you're a news outlet that hand selects clips to fit your network's biased narrative, you're looting. And if you're a handsome comedian with a great smile and ears like Dobby, and you're talking about this event, that's not looting. I just can't get on stage because Chinese people keep eating bats.
Some people may feel that bat joke isn't nice, but imagine you're in person with him and you've just laughed at his friend's MMA loss, his other friend's skinny frame, and his big ears. It makes it easier to laugh at yourself instead of being upset. If you're the butt of all of your jokes, you can come off as insecure. But when you mix it in while teasing other people, it softens your other teases and it shows confidence. Another thing that will help you get laughs is answering some questions with purposefully absurd answers. For example, in his recent Joe Rogan appearance, Joe asks if a murderer could be so attractive that you'd still sleep with her. Watch how Schulz takes a potentially genuine question and makes his answer so absurd that you have to know he's joking.
Now imagine Adriana Lima.
Yes.
She kills her husband,
Yes.
but
I'll
he's
clean it
kind
up.
of guy's a
him
f***ing
up.
asshole.
No.
Guy's a piece of shit.
He could be the kindest man ever. She could kill him while he's like feeding cleft palate kids.
This isn't to say you want to answer every single question with a joke, but by making your conversations a mix of genuine answers and absurd funny answers, you do 2 things. First, you make it more fun to have a conversation with you. And second, you establish that not everything you say should be taken at face value. This will help later when we get into edgier jokes. There's another trick that helps Schulz roast people and get a laugh. He'll mix compliments in while teasing you. For example, watch Schulz talk to an audience member about being Palestinian in Australia.
Do y'all got a lot of Palestinians out here?
No, it's just happened. It's just me.
It's just... Yeah, it's because you ate the rest of them. Look how fucking big you are. Holy dude. They need you on the front lines, dog. You could throw a rock like 100 miles per hour, bro.
So he's already started to mix a compliment about how big and strong this guy is with a potentially insensitive joke about Palestinians throwing rocks. When the guy laughs, Schulz sees the green light to keep going, again mixing kindness in with his potentially offensive joke.
No, I don't want to bug you, man. You got to use the bathroom, buddy. Go for it, man. Oh, you just getting a drink? Is that allowed in that culture? You just getting a Coke Zero? Oh, does the zero stand for the amount of freedom that you guys have? Whose side am I on, guys? Whose side am I on? I got you. Get whatever he gets on me.
Nice without funny can be boring. Funny without nice can come off like a jerk. By mixing compliments and teases together, you can make people laugh at themselves and feel good. You can see from his reaction that the guy loved it. There's another important thing to note. If you're going to joke about edgier topics that aren't considered PC, don't stereotype in a way that puts people down. For example, take a look at this improvised bit where he's trying to guess what country in the Middle East this audience member is from. His only clue is it's a country without oil.
Israeli? Oh, they don't have any oil. Dude, you know how pissed off they gotta be about that That's the one bad investment Jews have made. We'll take this land right here. This is good. This is fine. Trust me, this got the ocean view, everything you need. Why would you want to be inland? What is inland? Nothing important over there. 50 years later, like, maybe we should expand a little. Look.
I'm Jewish, and at least to me, unless you're particularly sensitive to accents, there's nothing inherently offensive in those stereotypes. He hasn't said Jews are less than or worse in any way. Here's another example, this time talking to an albino man in the audience.
Are you white or black? You're black? Oh, shit, bro! This is lit. Say the N-word and prove it. Bro! That's hilarious, because this Mexican right next to you said the N-word 1,000 times in his life. Like, come on, bro, say that shit. You got it.
Again, the joke touches on race, but unless you find accents offensive, no part of that is anti-black or anti-Mexican. Here's one more example, and I'm going to start it with the audience member speaking, so you can see that Schulz is imitating his accent specifically, and not saying everyone in that group speaks like this.
I was born October 11, 1988, inaugural coming out day. I'm the gayest gay.
Oh, really? You must have came out the crying, bro. Like, get this off of me! I don't want nothing to do with this! Yuck! Yuck! Ew! Ew! Why couldn't you just C-section me, bitch?
It might seem racy to make a gay joke in today's PC climate, but Schulz didn't say anything negative about gay people. I'll include links to all of these videos down below so you can see that in each instance the person being joked about laughs along and isn't offended. That's the key regardless of what you're teasing someone about. You want to make sure they're able to laugh with you. So don't make the joke about how they're less than. Also, it's important to note setting and context. This isn't a random stranger, it's someone at a comedy show. So don't necessarily make jokes like these at work. The last area we'll touch on will be politics. Many comedians fall into a trap of only joking about one side, effectively making everyone on the other side dislike them. Most people are guilty of this as well. Instead, Schulz roasts all political parties. By teasing everybody, he makes it clear that this isn't about a group being superior. He's just making people laugh and pointing out the general absurdity in politics. For example, here he is talking about Joe Biden.
He's the ideal candidate, not only for a clinical trial for dementia, but also to be the leader of the free world. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can he stop Trump if he can't stop wetting the bed? I'll tell you how.
And here he is talking about why Tekashi 6ix9ine should run for president.
I know exactly what he should do next. Run for president. Now, I know you're thinking, how could he be president with all that stupid shit on his face, or that dumb hair, or lack of political experience? He's a fraud. He wasn't even part of that gang. He just used them to sell an image to the public to gain power. Not so crazy now, is it?
If you don't care about American politics, then this is likely to make you laugh and not offend you. If you do care about American politics, you likely agree that at least one of these candidates isn't fit to be president, so you probably liked at least one of those jokes. In general, once you make someone laugh at something they agree with, you'll find it easier to get them to laugh at themselves. Now, it's worth repeating. The goal isn't just to roast people all the time. These tools are meant to empower you to drop your filter and have more confidence to share your thoughts, knowing you can do so in a way that will make people laugh. It's also worth noting, Schulz may pretend to be a jerk with his comedy, but his actions show him to be a kind person. When a man showed up to his show in a wheelchair, he personally helped carry him down the stairs. When a woman had a seizure at his show, the audience stayed in their seats, but he went to make sure she was okay. Schulz shares that last story very well here, and it illustrates today's emphasis on policing speech versus taking action.
She had a seizure at the show. We checked on her. She was fine. She leaves. Everything's good. So I started to make fun of what happened in the situation, and a girl in the crowd stood up. She's like, "You can't make jokes about that. That's not funny." And I asked what she did for a living. She said she was an EMT. And I was like, "Why didn't you help?" And you know why she didn't help is because this is what we do now. We complain, but we don't help because we think that's enough.
Charlie and I had been planning another charity water fundraiser, and this seems like a great point to tie it to. So in honor of Schulz's plea to actually help, we're donating $100,000 to charity water. This donation is only possible thanks to you. If you've watched our videos or joined Charisma University, you are the reason that we can help over 3,000 people gain access to clean water who wouldn't otherwise have it. Because of you, their lives will be changed forever. So thank you. If you feel inspired to help personally as well, just $30 gives someone access to clean water for 10 years. That's life-changing. And even a $1 donation makes a difference. It might not seem like much, but you help fund the cause and you show these communities that there are people who care about them. We set up the fundraiser at charitywater.org/charisma. The first $100,000 is already in there, and if you're feeling inspired by Schulz or us or the people you'd be helping, please consider donating. I'll put a link up now on screen and in the description below. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.